Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about 10 things you didn't know about Corepunk. So let's go directly to it. Number 1. Artificial Core started developing Corepunk in 2015. That means the game has been developed in 5 years now. And I actually didn't get the point that it was 5 years. I actually thought it was 4 years, but it is actually 5 years. So that's why we see this crispy gameplay of the game, because the game has been in development for 5 years. I mean, that is a lot of years. Number 2, when closed beta will start, we don't really know yet when. We will have 6 heroes out of 12 heroes that will be ready to be played in closed beta. So not all 12, but only 6 of them. Number 3. The warrior we saw in the trailer carrying a big two-handed sword and also tanking against the boss who dies, well basically the warrior dies, he can use a shield and a one-hand sword, so like a tank build. Then he can use a two-handed sword for like damaging build, and then he can also use a bow. Just keep in mind that you would have to change your specialization before you can actually use one of the other weapons. So you can't just switch between the weapons, you have to change one of the specs. The talent system looks very familiar to World of Warcraft, where you have like these 3 different talent specs you can switch between. Number 4. Artificial Core is a video game developer and publisher headquartered in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and a core development office in Kyiv, Ukraine. So, very interesting fact, which other games was also developed in Ukraine. For example, World of Tanks and World of Warplanes was one of the games where some of the part of the games was actually developed in Ukraine. Also Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelation, Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was also developed in Ukraine. Star Wars Galaxies was also developed in Ukraine and Germany. Warface was developed in, well, some of the parts of Warface, well actually in Warface was developed in Ukraine, and Metro 2033 was also from Ukraine. So it's just other games that has been developed in Ukraine. So we know it's not a world that, it's not like a world that hasn't been developing games before. Number 5. When you're playing Corepunk, you will be able to do crafting and have also mining professions. You will be able to do arenas and battlegrounds for PvP. Also, you're able to be in a guild. You're going to be able to have a farm. So basically, you will have farms. Yeah, you will be able to do pack deliveries where you have to deliver packs around the world. You will be able to do questing. You will also be able to do my favorite of all things, randomly generated dungeons. There will also be raids and, well, profound lore. Number 6. Corepunk is actually going to have a camp system in the game. We just know there will be a camp system, but we don't know yet. So maybe it will be like World of Warcraft, where you have like this little settlement back in Warlords of Draenor, where you had like your own little base and you could hire NPCs to go out and scavenge for you and come back with rewards. Or maybe it will be like other games where you can have like a little base that other people can maybe attack. We don't know yet, but it will have a camp system. Number 7. Corepunk will be buy to play plus cosmetics. It means it will also have a battle pass and an in-game shop, though it will not have boosters, so you cannot buy anything that will affect your gameplay, so no potions that will give you faster experience points or anything like that. But myself, I'm a big fan of buy to play, and especially with a battle pass, it just makes the game a little bit more nice grindy. Number 8. Game contains day and night cycles as well as weather conditions, so you can risk being in a zone where it will be day or even night, and it can also rain or maybe even have a sort of sandstorm, maybe even. And we don't know yet, but maybe also different creeps will spawn at night or day. That's a fact we don't know yet, but it will definitely have day and night cycle as well as weather conditions. Number 9. The game will feature 4 types of hero roles: tank, support, healer and damage dealers. Though it's very important that support and healers are essentially similar in a way. It's very important to know this, because there has been a lot of thinking about how are support and healers actually going to be different. But what I can just tell you is that it's going to be essentially similar in a way, but I cannot say any more on this topic. Number 10. Dungeons will have a solo mode and a group mode up to 4 people. It is not confirmed if all dungeons are going to have a solo mode and also a group mode, but some of the dungeons, well, we know from the data that some of the dungeons will have solo mode, some of the dungeons will have group mode, and if we're lucky, maybe even the same dungeon is going to have solo mode and 4 people mode. But it is confirmed, so if you are a solo player and you don't really want to play dungeons with other people, don't worry, there will be solo dungeons. And last of all, we have a little gold nugget. I know we have talked about this before, but a bonus one, number 11. So the community manager called Irene on the Discord server, you all know her, she is wonderful. She's the one who always posts with news and sometimes, you know, surprises in the chat. She is actually in real world not called Irene. She's actually called Irina. It's spelled I-R-Y-N-A. So Irina. And I mean, it's very close to Irene. So just, you know, if she ever comes in the chat on Discord channel, try say hi Irina instead of hi Irene, and maybe she'll be like flushing, and you can do a little wink wink or something like that. Well, ignore the last part with the wink wink, but just try to say hi Irina. So thanks for watching everyone. Let me know in the comments if you actually learned something from this video. If you didn't, let me know in the comment and tell me that you're really angry and you didn't learn anything. But if you actually learned something, let me know in the comment that you love me and I actually learned you something about Corepunk. So thanks for watching everyone, and well, see you in another episode. And keep in mind, the release date of Corepunk Closed Beta is